Art progress. I was gonna show a montage, but that didn't seem very productive. So instead, I'll just show you a few from each year and some sketches, because that would probably be more useful in the long run. Yeah, so um, this is kind of cringe, but yeah. Um, yeah, I used to watch a lot of Naruto. I still do, but now it's Boruto, and I don't want to talk about Boruto. Solita. That was the first. Was it the first? It was this and Guilty Crown. Other than the brain, other blah blah blah. Other than not including the big three. There you go. Yeah. Not really sure what's going on here. And pew pew. Anyway. As you can see, still mostly just the same thing. Just copying anime. And then eventually I discovered Photoshop. So yeah. I think this was done with a mouse. Yeah, I think this was done with a mouse. I used the pen tool, so I would like click, 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 right click, and then draw. Yep. Still copying. And then eventually I got a Wacom bamboo. The fun and goat, no, the pen fun and goat. What the hell is it called? I don't know. But it was silver, grey-ish, small, and very tough. I only replaced it this year actually. Was it this year? I think it was this year. Or like towards the end of last year, I got Intuos Pro. Still small, but that's because I like to reduce how much space I'm using. Anyway, with the tablet, started tracing more, trying to figure out how to draw, use the pen tool still, and yes, Kingdom Hearts. Hopefully you know what that is. Hmm. Hmm. I think this is the traditional version. So like, I would do like a version on a tablet, but then, you know, so I could learn something, I would do it on paper. I think Mickey came out pretty good. Roxas is okay. And yeah, we won't talk about the other two. His arm came out pretty cool though. This is from Air Gear. This is cool. The anime should come back. I think maybe this was one of the last times I used the tablet. No, that's a lie. I think I did this one with the tablet and the mouse. This is one of the chapters or panels from the chapters. Yeah. And then eventually I got some ink pens. That was pretty cool. I was reading lots of manga at the time, so I was particularly good at using the ink, but only for a short period. Like, look, what is going on here? This tiny hand. Oh. Yeah, most of this stuff is found here if you want to see it yourself. And most of it is still copying anyway. So it's not that interesting. But, you know, from this to this, I think it's pretty good. Or maybe this one is a more apt choice. But it's still copying. So anyway, moving on. Yeah. So uni, work. I think I started drawing again towards the end or halfway through my last year. Maybe I needed to distract myself from something. The dissertation, things were pretty crazy at the time. Like, during this period, I had basically become like a different person. So, yeah, let's not talk about that. If you're wondering what this is on black paper with white pens and red pens. I'm not really sure what I was doing with black paper. I thought it was cool though. Yeah. Around that time, I think this was when the first season had started, maybe? Or the first chapters. I think I was watching it though. I don't think I've actually read any of My Hero. And yeah. I think Bleach carried over quite a lot actually. There's Bleach here. There's Bleach here. There's Bleach here. Yeah, anyway. Oh dear. What have I done? Okay. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Okay, I guess I kind of have to talk about this now. So also what had happened was, I think because of bad posture and not really paying attention to myself, my arms kind of got a bit fucked. I kind of, yeah. That's all I'll say on that anyway. These are like the requirements that I had to consider. That's why I do art anyway. Oh. Following on from that, 1 year into returning League, I think I had stopped playing League at this time, but I did start drawing, like drawing with the tablet, like fully. It's kind of bad. Like, I think the general structure is okay. Not really sure what I was doing with the effects though. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I was trying to imitate someone. You know, like I was doing the whole time. But this kind of looks like an insult. Yeah, Like 1, 2, 3. I think this was the first. I think it goes in this order. Or maybe this order. Something like that. This is from the same batch. Still, you can see. I think I had gotten pretty good at. No, let's not finish that sentence. Ah, yes, faces. I think this was the first and only good face I had done after a while, or for a while, for a long time. And then, 0, 2. I think I used this as a profile picture for a while. Not really sure why. I'm not really sure why I drew her like this as well. Oh wait, I think I know why that said leak earlier. I think this is some sort of vein copy. I don't know. Anyway. I think around the same year, like maybe 1 or 2 months in, I started trying to paint. This one actually came out okay now that I think about it. The other ones are a little bit crazier. Like the eye is too high or too low, or like the nose is like not a nose. Like there's space for a nose, but it's not a nose. Like 1, 2, 3. So we're about 100 digital drawings in. I tried doing anime one too. I actually have a large print of this. I'm not sure why I got the print. I think it was more like to show myself that I had done something. So, I mean, I guess that was nice. Then 100 images later, still the same year, amazingly. My output was pretty crazy in 2019. Although, we're gonna eventually conclude that that was a very, very bad thing to do. And as you can see, there's still no sketches other than over here. So that's another thing to note. Still trying to do this style, but with anime pictures now. And then, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what I was trying to learn. Apparently, skin, background, foreground. Is this an acceptable reference? Is that even the correct choice of words? It doesn't matter. Anyway, 100 or so later, and I would say that the pictures are starting to look a bit more in style. Like, there's still the issue of, like, I'm not really sure, uncanniness. Or maybe I just have been looking at my art too much. Yeah, look. Trying to mash the two styles together. This one was done with pen, like pen, not digital pen, like normal pen. And then colored in afterwards. The white stuff is supposed to be sweat. Although, it took a few years for me to realize that wasn't sweat. Anyway. Let's see. So like 50 or so later, and the painted style has more or less been finalized. Kind of finalized? Is that the right choice of words? Wait, let me check. Yeah, I'd say finalized. Like I would draw the anime picture, cell shade it, and then paint over that after I stamped all of the layers together. Like, to be honest, it's kind of nice, but yeah, no. Yeah. I think this was the last one I did in 2020. This was also the last one I recorded, like, painting. I didn't record any drawings at the time. My heart can't really handle that type of stress. Yeah. Interestingly, if you actually go through my profiles, you probably won't see any drawings of dudes. Except for here. This one was nice. Although, I'm not really sure what's going on with that thumb though. Does that make sense? Is that thumb too long? I think the thumb is too long. But I think the colors work. I'm pretty sure she's from Kakeguri or something. This might be the first original anime girl I drew. Although, she doesn't look too pleased about it. Yeah, moving on. Sometime later. Maybe this was the last thing I actually fully painted. Because these were like follow-ups and then I just stopped painting. Look. Like the same style is more or less there. Hard line, soft face, and whatever the hell FX is going on over here. I had started trying to add backgrounds and special effects to other drawings, but then I realized that I didn't know how to draw any special effects. So I drew some. Yeah. I think I drew two others, one for smoke and one for like a super attack. But yeah, this is just water and fire. Look, water and fire, that makes more sense. This one is a drawing of Bronya from Honkai. She's my most used character in the game, even now, after her truth version has come out. If you zoom into the picture, you can see a little fischl. The reason I drew fischl there, look, this is fischl. The reason I drew her there was I was playing Genshin, yeah? And then I was like, I wanted to play another MiHoYo game. And then I discovered Honkai. And I haven't touched Genshin since. If you're wondering what is going on over here, I think this is very pretty. But yeah, if you're wondering what's going on over here, this is basically like a demonstration of when I still had the painted style, and then when I had eventually converted from wherever the heck this style is to this, but like a full-scale art version. Because, you know, this is not acceptable. Oh Jesus, yeah, this is just not doing it for me, or really anyone. I think the stones are cool, but you know, it doesn't really serve a purpose. And then you have this. Come on now. This is much more harsher, scarier, more powerful looking. I think prettier too. Prettier? I don't know. When I drew this, I made it so you could take the back of her hair off, so she had a bow cut. So that was amusing. Not really sure why I'm telling you. Incidentally, I had also started actually sketching. Hopefully I don't run into anything too sus. Like, of the sketching pages, it says 1 to 57, but I think I end up somewhere in the 150 page mark. I don't think I... Yeah, this is like the newer stuff. But this is like the first few pages that I did. Look, you can tell, yeah? There's no structure. Like, this is just like a rectangle, a strange looking pipe, and then a bent looking pipe with feet shape. And then this one has like the orb, and then the body frame, but then there's no frame on the waist, although there might have been, and it's covered up with the sideways square. And then the same thing is going on over here. Look, you have the round thing here, and then now this time you have an oval, and then an oval here. Basically, yeah, I couldn't decide which type of body wireframe I wanted to use. Look, and then next I tried using perspective grids, but nobody likes that, so let's not talk about that, because I don't really understand what's going on. I don't really remember whose tutorials I was watching. If I do, I'll let you know at some other point. The tutorials are basically for like learning the orb stuff and like breaking the body down into shapes. You know, like a circle here, and then a pipe, and then a circle, and then a pipe with a hand. All the hands that I'm drawing, all the hands that I'm drawing are basically a fluke. At least at the start. These are the measurements that I do actually use. So like from the head to the PP, that's like half the body, and then if you chop that and then flip it upside down, you'd get the rest of the body. Sounds kind of gross when I put it like that, sorry. Yeah. I think this was kind of pretty, although just kind of missing her clothes, so maybe not. And then in the same year, I don't think my art level changed too much. Like the eyes got much prettier, although now the lips are gone. Look, what did... Yeah, she had lips here, but she doesn't have lips. Maybe they're covered by the tongue. The tongue does look good, actually. Ah. Yeah, if you didn't notice, there's a lot of HoloLive stuff that comes next. Anyway. Not really sure what you'll gain from seeing this stuff, but I had learned that I was indecisive as F. Like, it was plaguing me. And something else interesting that happened at the same year. Do I read that? I don't know, you can read that. If you're not sure what that says, I'll just translate it to English into something more digestible. So, books for adults. I had discovered books for adults. Not newspapers, just to be clear. Like the sus books. And then that's how I ended up learning to draw hands. Yes, believe it or not. And actually it turns out those books are, not those books, but pages from them are really good for like poses, although I wouldn't recommend it anymore, because that kind of exposes you to a bit too much. And I apparently learned that a little bit too late. Yeah, you can see the sketches got a lot more interesting, I would say. Like this is very stiff, and then a few months later we're like blending and posing and apparently enlarging. I think this is a one-to-one copy. I think it's okay to copy, man. Like if you're just copying poses, it should be alright. But you shouldn't do one-to-one copies. Like you do the pose, then that's where you draw the line. Or if you have your own style, then you can draw the pose in your style, kind of thing. Yeah, that's a different topic for a different day, though. Yeah, Photoshop. Anyway, moving on to last year. Yeah, moving on to last year. I had more or less cut out all of the painting, like the brush type painting. Like I still did the cell shading stuff. Occasionally I would do the brushing, but no like full portraits like before. Because this the impact or the, I don't know how to describe this to you, man. And I would tell you what it is, but they're still trying to figure that out. So yeah, anyway, back to the drawings. And like I'll put them side by side so that you have some sort of comparison. Let's see, this one, this one, and this one, this one. And we'll skip before we get to 2023. But like, you know, just to show you that there was some kind of progression, like the anime style, but you know, to be honest, this was kind of interesting, but what the hell is going on with those eyes and the hand? And then, you know, the painting portrait style, and then I reverted back, but I kind of took some of the, like, you know, painted stuff with me. And then eventually I was just like, nope. Nope. I'm just gonna go back to square one. Anime. I'm not really sure why the eyes came out very nice here. And her tail is not supposed to be this big. But yeah. I think it's a good thing that I returned to this. Because doing these two versus these two. Yeah. Why aren't these both all in hard line? Why is this soft line? I think around here after this one maybe, or like doing some other like proper hard line ones, I wanted to see if I could bring like the soft lines and still retain the like hard anime look, but to be honest, I think it kind of cheapens the art. Like, I think this looks cool, but like, oh no, wait, this is not a good example. Yeah, like this might be a better example. Like, it doesn't look complete. Like this looks complete, and this one just kind of looks complete, but not quite. Oscar Wilde said something like, art is never complete and only abandoned. Something like that. So now we can go back to the sketches. I'll put them side by side quickly just to show you. Like this was the first few. Then we became more dynamic. This one I'll show you in a second. But the artwork became a lot more livelier. So we're at the learning stage. We found a frame or frames that we can use. Just FYI, these white lines are like height guides. See, height guides. And then eventually, I started dressing them all up. You know, giving them all clothes, although these ones don't have too much clothes. I think the reason I chose to do Hololive stuff and Honkai stuff, or basically MiHoYo type art, was there's loads of resources online, so to speak. Like I can find like all of the character sheets for like characters from the games and these characters that the girls are playing, or the dudes, although I haven't drawn any of the guys yet. Yeah. Oh no, I've forgotten what goes where. I think this goes here. It doesn't matter. Hey, look, I'll quickly show you what this is. This is basically how to draw like stretch marks on clothes. You know, so you can use this if you want, like base color, the shade or light, or shade and or light. You just hard line and then make it soft, or soft line, but keep it dark or light, whatever you fancy. I only found it working with the light hard line, not the dark hard line. But eventually you'll probably find a way to make both work. But yeah, use the hard light line and then follow that up with its own shade. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, easy steps, although a bit troublesome to remember. And then this was just like, you know, to demonstrate that it was possible. Mostly to demonstrate to me that it was possible. Look, there's something interesting. I think this is actually the actual sketch I used before I produced whatever is going on here, Spider Corona. I think the problem with this one was I followed a tutorial or two on how to make this comic booky pop art type effect, and now I have no fucking idea how I made this. Well, made the effect. I know how I made the drawing. Yeah. And just FYI, it's Corone, so Krone or Kron Corone. Yeah. So this is basically a giant K for her name. Yeah, anyway, moving on. We've lingered here quite a lot. I would say the sketches definitely got a lot more interesting. I think these are all copies. This is from Fire Force, Kakeguri, My Hero, no idea. Soda, and no idea. Although this might work for this actually, because you know the eye looking for a scope. But yeah, I think the aim of drawing these boxes was to keep myself drawing inbound, because you know, like if you don't have the frame, the drawing kind of spills out everywhere, and it's usually fine if your canvas is jumbo sized, but it's not really practical if you want to draw a lot, kind of thing. Am I explaining that right? I don't think it matters too much. But yeah, if you have trouble, maybe draw a border and then only draw within the border. The disadvantage would be like, I'm not really sure if there is a disadvantage to that, to be honest with you, because if you draw outside of it, then at least you know, right? Yeah. Anyway, I don't know why I keep saying yeah. I don't normally say that. If you know me in IRL, listening to this might be a kind of strange experience. Um, so I started adding colors to the sketches and quickly learned that actually was a good idea, but only if I knew, or like, how do I say this? Like, only if I did it with intention. Because if you go in blind, like, look, like, what the, like, I think this is supposed to be she's in the water, and I just didn't add color because maybe my brain didn't compute, because everything else has color here. This is Yui, and this is Iris. I basically took the Yui drawing and then flipped it. The irony, the irony here is I didn't understand Iris's outfit. Like I vaguely understood it. You know, you can tell I vaguely understood it. But when I enlarged it to reline it, yeah, no, that's not for me. Special effects though. This is what the FX in my name stands for, by the way. Like FX, like the word FX. Not FX like fuck. Like special effects, like pshh. That's not the right one. That's onomatopoeia, sorry. I think if you wanna find a bunch of poses and just pull them out, I don't think that hurts too much. Like this one, I think this is from a comic book where it would be like boxed in here, and like the panel is going like this way, so the guy is jumping through, or the girl is jumping through the like page kind of thing. But yeah, taking poses probably wouldn't hurt too much. It's when you start doing it one to one. Like this is probably equivalent to like, well, nothing. Maybe this one. Oh. I don't think it's applicable to any of them, to be honest with you, around this schedule or even here. I think because I didn't have any concept of sketching or like doing gesture sketches or really practicing. Like the drawing itself was the practice. Like producing out was the practice, as opposed to the other way around, where I would practice and then draw. Oh dear, I forgot where I am anyway. Yeah. Hey, look, I'll just show you briefly what this is. This is related to like the Dojin adult book stuff. This was done like over the last year or so, maybe last 8 to 12 months. You can see like how quick like it was basically, I'll just tell you. Basically, after I discovered Dojin or adult books, I started drawing from them. And like the poses, right? Because I was like, it gave you poses, clothes, interaction. And then yeah, I'll just show you. You'll see what I mean. So like we have this one, look, wireframe, kind of reacting, and then like instantly, like come on, what the hell? Look at the difference here. And then it just started getting more and more sus, and then more and more sus. But I think you can see, like, the jump in improvement was quite dramatic, even with the poses here. And when I would try to ink, look. Wait, you know what? Let me just take this and then go all the way back. Like, I think these are much more livelier than when I was drawing to practice, rather than drawing sus stuff to practice. If you tell me that you've seen my art or this sus art online, I know you're lying, because I don't post it anywhere. That's like my one rule. I don't really draw much line when it comes to what you're drawing. It's more of a case of where you're posting the drawing. So yes, that does mean the line is very blurry with me. Anyway, moving on to 2023. I don't think I really need to say much. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. I'm currently using everything I've learned thus far. Alright, let's just zoom in for that. I have no idea how I did this. I think the eyes could be better. But the body came out nice. The clothes came out cool. I think this works like if you rotate it too. Could work like a phone wallpaper. Oh, anyway. Sorry. Yeah, still sticking with you know, Hololive, Hongai, Hololive. I have actually completely cut out Genshin Lemao, and the sketches became a lot more livelier. Look, like let's put those to the side by side. So I don't know, this is maybe like a 3-year progress. Barely filling the page. I think I could only do about 1 or 2 of these per day at the time. And then I started being able to do like sets, so like this set, and this set, this set, this set, and so on. And this time I'm drawing much smaller, but the poses and everything are a lot more interesting. And then eventually we ended up with all of this stuff. I think this is a 1-to-1 copy. You might notice that I only draw girls. It's because I don't like drawing dudes, to put it bluntly. It's kind of boring. Look, come on, man. This is just. I think this is supposed to be a high angle. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on from that. Wow. Recording myself has been a new experience. I have developed a new type of respect for people who do this on a daily basis. The recording yourself, not the art. Because I think I had tried recording myself a couple of days ago, and to be honest with you, my heart can't really handle that kind of stress. Or maybe it can, but I need to practice. But that's what I'm saying, like, new type of or new level of respect for people who do this kind of stuff where they record themselves talking into the mic or record themselves in camera and then they articulate well, no stuttering, or even if they do stutter, it's fine, but the words flow. I'm not really sure if the words are flowing. Anyway, this has been a new experience. I'm not sure who's gonna hear this, so yeah, I think I skipped a lot of things. I don't really have much excuses. Hopefully I keep getting better. Oh yeah, here's one thing. I used to wonder why people didn't like the artwork. But then yeah, I actually went through the work and like, come on man. Like this stuff I understand now. This stuff, meh. See, I was deluding myself into thinking I was better than I was. I think now I'm a little bit better, but nowhere near what I should have been. The other issue was this long hiatus, wherever it is. Look, 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 this one. This one. This one. But yeah, I think that's the last thing I'll touch on. I'll just show you, just brief you. Blah, 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 blah. The words are not coming out properly anymore. I'll just end this here. Have a good day. Thank you for listening. Yeah.